Doechii,
The
the
industry blonde.
Get off my
screen!
Hi, welcome to the channel. I am Amelia and I talk about everything and everything. This is probably your first time seeing this face, so that means you're automatically part of my community, so that leaves you without a choice but to subscribe. Thank you. Anyways, why did I do that? Anyways, it's pretty obvious that we are talking about Doechii today, and in true Doechii fashion, I got my attire on, my swamp princess aesthetic. Okay, I got a shirt and I got a vest on. Okay, unfortunately I do not have cornrows because it is costing an arm and a leg these days. So I've been wondering what everyone else has been thinking. Is Doechii an imitator, or is she just inspired? And your favorite word, is she an industry plant? So get seated, get comfortable, because we are getting straight into it. Massive disclaimer, I might contradict myself moving forward because I believe that two things could be true at the same time. So I have decided to separate this video into three separate segments. We got Doechii the imitator, Doechii the industry plant, and then finally Doechii the Dean Doechii supreme. She is often praised for her versatility, but some may argue that versatility sometimes feels like imitation. She jumps from style to style, and this has led a direct comparison with other artists. So let us go down memory lane to see how true these claims are. Part 1. Doechii the imitator. Although versatile and experimental, it's a given that should not be spared from the comparisons and whose son she is discourse. Her early art, being very playful, nonsensical, TikTok catchy kind of cool, had people instantly connected to Doja Cat. Well, early Doja Cat for, I guess, the cadence, performance, bold makeup, experimental fashion, and most recently her tattoo. As Doja Cat transitioned into Scarlet the album, where she took a different approach, being that her sound was more introspective, word-spoken, laid back, and more lyrically dense, Doechii couldn't escape the comparisons once again, as Alligator Bites Never Heal also shared the same elements with Scarlet, and because of this approach, she was also compared to the likes of Tyler the Creator. Seems that people also felt like she copied Cardi B's music video for press when she released Crazy, as both videos share fake nudity and a chaotic choreography. This one I'd like to call Idol Turned Enemy, as both Doechii and Azalea Banks had a nasty exchange online, even though Doechii once expressed that she would love to work with Azalea. Around this time, 2024, fans and trolls felt like Doechii bit off of Azalea Banks' signature alt rap sound after she dropped Alter Ego featuring JT. Most recent comparison being Nicki Minaj after she dropped Nosebleeds after the Grammy win. Again, the public felt like the cadence and flow of the song strongly resembled Nicki's signature sound, especially when she plays into her alter ego, Roman. You know what, yeah? Permission to jump me if you feel like the next artist I'm about to mention are a reach, since these are my observations and not so popular opinions. Brie Runway, mainly for fashion aesthetic. This is Brie Runway's cover art for her single Gucci, and this is Doechii for Persuasive. Side by side, it's very similar from the hair, shades, and leather jacket. I also have to mention Rico Nasty. Despite having a collaboration, however, on this track, Doechii sounded more like Rico than she did herself, and so on her single Pacer. Well, I mean, it's not that deep, right? And as we close the segment, or as we move on to, before we move on to the next segment, I just wanted to leave my final thoughts, and that is that a lot of artists have been inspired by other artists, and I don't think it is necessarily wrong for Doechii to be inspired by the likes of Nicki Minaj, Doja Cat, even Azalea Banks. It's not a crime. I feel like Doechii has the privilege to experiment because for a very long time she has been independent. If I'm not wrong, I hope I'm not lying. She experiments a lot, which obviously makes it seem like she is trying to imitate everyone. Obviously, she tends to experiment a lot. Some artists stay in their lane, they do not evolve, right? But she does, which isn't a bad thing because isn't versatility and something different what you guys are looking for in the industry? And then when somebody does it, it's like, ooh, copycats. Some comparisons are valid and some just might be coincidences. After all, the music industry is trend driven, so artists are naturally going to be drawn to what is current. And if we're being real, we do not question pop or even R&B artists so much when they experiment with different sounds. I don't want to name names, but why is Doechii the only one getting so much flack for it? And if I'm being fair, I can fully understand why, she is being called an imitator or copycat because she has switched from style to style in a very short period of time. And unfortunately, it does come off as inauthentic and just trying to ride a wave. I get it. But her versatility makes her stand out because she is innovative, she's creative, she's talented, and she's pushing boundaries and refuses to be boxed in. If anything, her ability to tap into different styles and still maintain her unique personality is what makes her special. I had to read that because I got notes down here and I'm sort of dyslexic. Not dyslexic, but it comes in waves.
Part 2, Doechii, the industry plant.
As Wikipedia describes, an industry plant is a pejorative used to describe musicians who become popular through nepotism, inheritance, wealth, or their connections in the music industry rather than their own merits.
Actually, in reality, the term is often thrown at any artist who gains traction too quickly for the public's liking, regardless of talent or skill. It's always less about their actual artistry and more about how their rise feels to certain people. And at this point, being labeled an industry plant is literally a rite of passage for any rising artist. The whole industry plant debate is interesting because it's often a way to discredit an artist's success. But the truth is, my beloved, every artist who makes it has some sort of industry backing at some point, whether it's a major record label, strategic cosigns, or even viral marketing. Imagine if influencers have teams behind them. Don't you think that an artist that has potential to be a global superstar would have a team behind them too? But to be completely fair, I can understand why people are calling her an industry plant. Her visibility seemed like it skyrocketed fast, and it does seem like her team is really pushing hard to position her as the next big thing.
The fact that Doechii started making music independently from 2019 before she was picked up by TDE and created a buzz for herself before TDE automatically disqualifies her as an industry plant. But I do think that her team is working overtime to keep her in our faces. And I cannot be mad about it because you guys were the first people to cry about how all the current female rappers are the same, talking about the same shit and whatnot. And when you guys get this, I want to say edgy, creative, versatile, multifaceted rapper, you want to tear her down, right? You guys do that every time you build somebody up, just to tear them down when they're a little too high for your liking. Why do you do that? I don't know. The point is, I can never be mad at a label for actually doing their job, and I am more than happy to see a black monoracial dark-skinned rapper in my face every single day. Every day I open TikTok, every day I open Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I want to see Doechii. I want to see her. Okay, it makes me happy that she is getting the push that she actually deserves because she is talented. So props to her label for doing what they can and what they are currently doing to solidify her as the next big thing, because I fully believe that Doechii is supreme. It is extremely unfair to call an artist an industry plant, because what you're doing is discrediting them for their talent and the hard work that they have put in to gain the success or traction that they currently have. I get it. I know where this mentality comes from. Our problem as consumers of entertainment of any sort, we love a good struggle story. You love to see somebody struggle. You want to see somebody grind their way up into success, but they also cannot be too successful for your liking, or else it's like, how will that be? To those that didn't follow Doechii's journey, of course it looks like her success is manufactured, but this should educate you that it was not. For us that have followed the journey from before COVID, we know that Doechii is not an industry plant and she has been putting in the work. Why do you think you guys are calling her an imitator? Because she had so much time to hop from sound to sound to sound to finally get to the sound that is currently working for her. So, shut up. Yeah, that's all I have to tell you. Shut up. Just don't know nothing.
Part 3. Doechii the Teen, Doechii Supreme.
Just reflecting on everything that was said in this video, it's pretty obvious that Doechii is inspired by multiple artists, but that does not mean that she lacks originality or talent or authenticity. Yes, she has a strong label backing, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that because it's their job, and that is why they're here. They're here to help an artist reach their ultimate peak, final form. That is why they're here, and also, still trying to make money. And it's not wrong, but unless you RCA, but yeah. And the fact that she has so much industry backing or label backing should tell you that she is actually doing something right, because a record label wouldn't put money into an artist that has no potential or isn't profitable. Her having a backing doesn't mean that she is less talented or less deserving of the opportunities and awards that she has achieved thus far. And finally, she's versatile, and that can be polarizing because some people prefer consistency in artists while some prefer a chameleon artist. But versatility does not mean that an artist is an imitator. And at the end of the day, Doechii is making waves. Whether she's an industry plant or an imitator, I couldn't care less. I am here for it, and I hope you are here for it too. So get ready, because if you're a Doechii hater, you're about to see her everywhere. Sucks to be you. I wouldn't want to be you. So I think you should join the winning team. That brings us to the end of this video. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Do you guys think that she is an imitator, or she is just inspired, or is she an industry plant? Because after saying whatever I just said, I cannot convince you to believe what I said in this video. So leave your thoughts in the comments and we will discuss it. I am always open to criticism and new opinions and perspectives. And if you enjoyed this video, please show your girl love by liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing it to your friends and Doechii haters. Okay, wait, no, don't say the Doechii haters because I don't want them cooking me. So Doechii lovers instead. Yeah. And yep. I am out. Yep. Boom, bat, boom, boom, boom. Comparisons are valid, and some comparisons are some comparisons are woof. She tends to